Well, of course, the ACR was the American Rheumatism Association in those days, and a small organization. There were probably 2,000 members at the most. I remember going to one of the first meetings, which is in Cincinnati, and you had to go up an elevator to the top floor, and it took forever. And so you never were anywhere on time, as opposed to this massive place where you don't have elevators, you just have to walk for miles. But my involvement began with various committees, such as that associated with the, used to have study groups, and they were supported by industry. And there was a lot of problem without any regulation of what industry would put into it and how they would be funded. And they were offering enormous honoraria, and then the next one would try to outdo the first one. And so we standardized that process and brought them back to earth in a way that's now reflected in the industry-funded symposiums, which is a good way to do it. But that was the first introduction, and then program committee and various other representations until I was on the board and had worked my way up to being president in 1985. Well, it was the sort of the final year of many years of development with Drs. Kleinenberg and Tan and Bill Kelly, Jerry Weissman, Giles Boll, all working to dissociate ourselves from the Arthritis Foundation. The Arthritis Foundation had been our owner, basically. And they told the ARA pretty much what to do and determined the ARA budget. And we were, as in their estimation, continually in deficit. We felt that we could probably do better on our own, although it would be difficult at first. But we hammered out an agreement, which is often called a divorce, from the Arthritis Foundation, and brought it to the membership. It passed with all but one dissenting vote, I remember, and I knew that person well. He was a traditionalist. And that was by far the most exciting moment of my ARA ACR career, when we achieved that separation and then went on to establish the new ACR. It can do multiple things for multiple different subgroups within the ACR. One is a scientific group, and as a classic example, the Research and Education Foundation is funding excellent research for both senior and junior investigators. That's crucial. Having Arthritis and Rheumatism as being the premier journal to which contributions come not only from the United States, but great numbers from other countries, a very important factor. And finally, it's the practitioner, with committees such as Committee on Rheumatology Care, or CORC, and other initiatives to help the practitioner fight the wars of problems with pre-certification for their patients, compensation from Medicare, and the like, is extremely important. So basically, the ACR must be involved in both practice and the academic side of things.
You are this year's gold medal recipient. Can you talk a little bit about what that award has meant to you? Well,
it's meant a tremendous amount because it's recognition from people whom I respect very much, and certainly the finest award that I have ever achieved. And now there's nothing left. It's all downhill from here. Well, in the clinical practice of rheumatology, I see expanded use of well-trained allied health professionals, such as nurse practitioners within the practice, to perhaps help with the problem that we have of not being enough rheumatologists and also not being able to see enough patients at any given time. I see rheumatologists being able to amplify their present skills with technology such as ultrasound for looking at joints. And academically, there is so much exciting going on with the new genomic analysis to look for genomes that confer, on one hand, disease, on the other hand, the ability to treat it. These are very, very important, and the science that's matched with immunology and molecular science will just be synergistic in building a wonderful base for better therapy in the future.